introduction, and thank you for hosting this webinar. I would like to welcome all of you here. It is great to see that we have so many AGRIS providers, and it's a nice chance to directly talk with you, with all of you that we usually speak through emails. As Karna already mentioned, today I would like to present you the new service that supports the AGRIS data processing. That is the AKstem, the AGStem. What we will be discussing in this webinar is I would like to make a short introduction, mostly for the new people, about the AGRIS network. And then I would like to introduce you to the new AGStem service. And the last section that is let's say the biggest part, it's with some guidelines how to join AGRIS through the new service, how to use this service in order to provide your personal information, and how to define and the most challenging, I would say, is how to share your collection with AGRIS. So a few things about AGRIS. AGRIS probably stands for the International System of Agriculture, Science and Technology. It's a global public domain database with now the last, let's say, 1-2 years, we have managed to arrive at 2 million bibliographic records on agriculture, science and technology. They're participating more than 200 institutions from all around the world, from around 65 or more countries. It is supported by the Food and Agriculture Organization. It is maintained by FAO and Agro-Know. Now, let's say the big advantage of being part of this network is that your content will be, as soon as you make available, scientific publication, dissertation, thesis of your institution's researchers, the project outcomes, and etc., bibliography, and further on. So you make your content accessible to the agriculture community around the world. Additionally, what is important is that as soon as you register in the AGRIS network, your collection and your institution is also added to the sharing directory. Now, I'd like to introduce to the new online service that is AKstem. Agro-Know has been responsible for the data processing together with FAO the last 2 years. So during all this time, we have been interacting with all the AGRIS providers, and we have identified some challenges in the way that we communicate with you. So we have been discussing with the team of our AGRIS in order to improve the communication with the AGRIS data provider. And this is our goal, and this is why we decided to develop a system, a service, such as AKstem. So this new service offers a personal space for the data providers, where you can upload all the information and you can manage your own information regarding the contact person of the collection, regarding the collection itself, and the information about the institution. It is a user-friendly registration service instead of sending documents through emails. You can just simply go in the online and just provide your request, submit your request. Also, we provide some online guidelines for data providers on how to connect to AGRIS, how to share your data, and how to use your data. Additionally, we have an extra service that is an online support where you can submit your questions. All these are still under development. The service that you see now is the first version, and soon we are about to launch, and we are happy about this. We are about to launch an updated version of our service with extra features. One of these will be the user registration, so that each one of you can enter his or her personal space using some credentials, and also we will provide some better, of course, and updated and more updated and with more content guidelines on how to share your data with AGRIS. So keep in touch and stay tuned so that you can learn all the new upcoming features. Currently, you can find now the service is online in the www.agstem.com/agris. This is our URL. In the main page, you will see 4 sections. The first one, as you see here, regards the network, so it's a map about the AGRIS network. The second one is a request to contribute your bibliographic information to AGRIS. The third one is a request to use the AGRIS information. And the third one is the online documents. We have some questions and some common problems there. And also you can see the online in form where you can submit your issues. So these are the main 4 services currently. And now I would like to introduce you in the, let's say, in the main part of this webinar, that there are some guidelines on how to join AGRIS and how to use the new AKstem service and how to share your collection. So we have basically we have 4 main steps. This is the first one, and this regards to the new AGRIS providers for this institution that would like to become an AGRIS center, is to check the compatibility with the AGRIS thematic categories. In simple words, just to check whether your collection is part of the AGRIS subject categories. The second step, and this regards the new, of course, AGRIS providers, but also all these AGRIS providers that have not managed yet to come to the new AKstem online service and use it. So this is the second step, that you should come and make a request to the AKstem online service. Now, the third step is to provide information about you, your institution, and your collection. And the final and most, let's say, challenging step is to share your collection. So we go through one by one, starting with the first one. The first is regarding the thematic categories. AGRIS in general covers, I just mentioned a few here: the agriculture domain, the food security, food domain, and food science, the aquatic science and fisheries, and so on. So you can find this in the link that I have provided here, and of course you can find in the FAO AGRIS page and to the AKstem page. So I will not be details in this, I will not stay long. We go in the second step, that is to make a request to the AKstem service. So you go to the main page, and there you find the second option, the second feature, that is to contribute your bibliographic information. So as soon as you submit your request, you are expected to provide your typical name, your email, and your institution names. Please, it is very important to provide accurate information so that we can submit it then in the CR ring. So this is really important. So as soon as you submit this, our team will come to you and contact you and send you your personal space. So this is where you provide information about you and your institution and also your collection. So you will receive an email from us with a link to your personal space, to the AKstem personal space. This is where you provide all the information and where you register actually as an AGRIS center, and we as a AGRIS data processing unit, we make the registration further to the CR ring. So you need to provide your personal, you will see there are three boxes actually, three spaces. One is where you provide your personal details, then your institutions, and then about the collection. Now, in the first box, you are requested to provide the typical name of the contact person, that probably it's you, your email, and some further details. About your institution, it is important to provide the typical name of your institution, and also it is very important to provide your accurate address so that we can then upload this information in the map. So that will be your collection, means that your collection will be visible through the AGRIS map. And the last part, this regards your collection. So this is where you provide information regarding your collection. Before going to this section, that is the most, I think, from what I understand through your communications, the most, let's say, difficult to complete. I would like to mention also and highlight that you always should, when you complete and you provide the information, you always should remember to click on the save button. It is very important. So now, if you go to provide information regarding and describe your collection, it will appear a form, an online form, where you are requested to describe this collection. So there are some general information that we need, like where, if this collection is available online, if what are the access rights, what is the repository tool. This is really important for us in order to understand and help you in the data processing. The thematic coverage, and furthermore, in the bottom of this online form, you will find an area that requests your submission, the submission of your data. So this is the final step, let's say, of this process. This is where you upload and you give us access, and where you share actually your data with us, the AGRIS Data Processing Unit. So this is where you go and you click in order to add a submission, to submit your data. There you will be requested to explain in what format you are planning to share your data, your metadata. It can be an OAI-PMH target, or it can be XML files, or you have some other options. We will see all this in details in the next slides. So here I just want to highlight the process. So it is very important to indicate how you plan to contribute your metadata, and if it is an OAI-PMH target, to give us the URL for the harvesting, and if it is an XML file, to upload the XML files. As soon as you provide this information, one of our team will contact you. Most probably it will be me, but anyway, one of our team will contact you to say whether this is okay and we continue the process, or if there is any issue that requires your attention. So this is how you should end with this process. You should update, you should upload your submission, provide your data, save, and then um, wait until we contact you. So now I have some guidelines on how to share your collection. And here is this is the most challenging, let's say, step. The biggest issue is how can that AGRIS data providers always the new ask us is how to provide and how can I contribute my bibliographic information to AGRIS. But really, what is that exactly we mean by bibliographic information, and what is that you need to share with AGRIS? So AGRIS collects metadata, meaning that we do not collect documents, we do not collect PDF files, either documents, Word documents. So we do collect bibliographic descriptions, bibliographic records, meaning metadata records that are expressed in XML format. So usually this should be this format and not this format. So this is the big issue. So in what ways can you share your metadata records? AGRIS strongly recommends that you should share your records through an OAI-PMH target. We will see in a minute what this is. Or through bulk XML files. So you have also other options that are the RSS feeds, the Sparkle endpoint, or an API. But usually we have several issues with this type of sharing the information, such as limited metadata information. For example, RSS feeds just provide a title or just a URL, or anyway few information that describes your records, your publications, your documents. Or they don't have a very accurate documentation. So this is why usually we recommend either OAI-PMH target or XML files. So I won't I won't go in details, so because this is not the scope of this webinar. I will say just a few things, and you can find more details in the links provided, or you can always ask me, of course. The OAI-PMH is it's a protocol. It provides an interoperability framework that helps the metadata harvesting, meaning that it's a URL where we can access, other systems can access and collect your collection. So it promotes the communication between different systems. So AGRIS highly recommends the use of IPMH target. We suggest, if you have this option, to create a that is particularly for having all the information that is related to the agri subject categories. I mean, the agriculture domain or the fisheries or whatever you have related to the agris. This goes mostly for institutions that they have like a university that has many collections like history, mathematics, or things that they are not relevant to AGRIS. So in these cases, this is why we ask to create a specific set, and there, through this, provide your records that are relevant to the AGRIS. Remember that if you are not already, you can always register as a data provider in Open Archives, and then you get full tutorials on how to create an OAI-PMH target. So the next option is that you can share your records by uploading in the AKstem XML files. XML files can be exported by different systems. So many repositories or systems do support this option and do provide the option to export your record in XML in various metadata formats. So, for example, Open Journal System, it gives you the guidelines on how to do this, and I think it's quite easy because from what I have seen, many journals prefer this option. So this is mostly just suggested and proposed for journals, but in any case there are also many repositories that provide this link, this choice to export your records in XML. What you should be, in general, we expect many different formats. What is that you should be careful in the XMLs that you share with us is to use the code in UTF-8, avoid special characters, because then we have problems in transforming the XML files. So it is preferable to use the C data for text elements. You can find all this information, upload all this information in the Ask a Question service that we have in our online system. And of course, you can always ask me and send me an email, and you can find it also in the PDF guidelines I'm sending you through my emails. So I see that I have also added a few slides on some things that I see that they are not clear from the AGRIS data providers. So a digital repository, for example, is considered a system or application that supports management, storage, and dissemination of digital objects and metadata records. So it's a system that you can use to manage your items, your publication, for example, and where you can describe them in order afterwards to share them with other systems, such as AGRIS. So there are many repositories. I give here just an indicative list. The most, let's say, commonly used. This space is Fedora, it's Imprints, it's AgriDrupal, and AgriMeta Maker. So what we usually suggest to our providers is to use AgriMeta Maker. And I have some things that explains here. AgriMeta Maker is very easy to use. It's user-friendly. It supports the AGRIS application profile. It is by the FAO AGRIS team. So this is very important, I think. And for us, for the AGRIS data processing, it's very easy to harvest, and it's a straightforward process. So this is why if we have a data provider that they don't know, or it is difficult for them to or they don't have a digital repository, to use the AgriMeta Maker. So another question is what metadata formats AGRIS accepts. So in general, AGRIS accepts all metadata formats and standard, but still we have, of course, some recommendations, because this makes our life easier, and of course this leads for you to have more easy and quickly upload your data and publish in AGRIS. So it's good for us and for you also. So Dublin Core, of course, it's highly recommended. If you already support AGRIS application profile, AgriDrupal and AgriMeta Maker already support. If you have the most common schemas are the modes, the METs, and the Mark 21, that they are usually libraries use these formats. And then it's also recommended to share your metadata through DOTS and PubMed. OGS system, the Open Journal System, in the XML export options has several type of for exporting your metadata. Our suggestion is to prefer from all these the DOADS or PubMed. But DOADS, I think, is the best way to export your metadata. So these are the main issues that I wanted to highlight. And of course, I'm waiting for your questions. I hope that I have covered the most of the things that I think is the most common problems that you face, and that I have